Hello and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. I'm Kim and I just got back from a 7-day vacation, and while I was gone, I believe it was like 90 degrees almost every day for about a week. Now I had somebody watering all of my plants and towers and everything, but no one knows how to do it the way you do it. And with 90-degree heat, I'm sure they did the best that they could, considering we normally don't get 90-degree heat at the end of May, 1st of June. While I was gone, most of my lettuce bolted. So let's go take a look at the lettuce. So we've already pulled and broke off most of it out of the GreenStalk, but it's completely gone, completely bolted, all of it. All of it in this tower is no more. I take it back. This one might be okay. Nope, it's bolted as well. This right here, it was like way up here. So all of the lettuce in this tower has bolted. So that means we have a problem. I do have some lettuce in my raised beds that I could pick right now if I needed to. The plan was to come back and start some lettuce seeds so that they had time to germinate so I could transplant them into the towers. But it appears with this hot weather and all of my lettuce bolting, because lettuce does not like warm weather. So with 90-degree weather, your lettuce is going to bolt. There's very few lettuce out there that can handle that kind of heat. So with it all bolting, I am going to have to plant the lettuce in seeds in my tower. Now I keep my tower in the shade. This tower is in the shade right now. It gets morning sun and just a teeny bit of evening sun. So I'm doing all I can do to protect it from the heat, but 5 days of 90-degree weather, I don't think it had a chance, especially since it was already so mature. So we are going to pull all of this out, and I typically don't like to plant from seeds into my tower. I prefer to transplant. But we're going to pull it all out and let's plant some new lettuce seeds in here. And hopefully we can get some lettuce going quickly, maybe some leaf lettuce, because that germinates very quickly and we can be eating lettuce in less than a month. So this iceberg lettuce that's in my raised bed right here, I think it's doing okay. It's got a little bug damage, but it's okay. Let's check the rest of the lettuce. These pots were all started indoors back in February, and it has all bolted as well. So we will need to redo these pots as well. And the last place I have is right here in the garden. Let me try to get out of my own light here. And that's butter crunch on the end, an iceberg in the middle, and then another butter crunch there. And I believe they're okay. That's all the lettuce I have. That's it. Everything else bolted. Now this lettuce right here gets shade in the evening. So my strawberry tower and the potatoes shade these in the evening. And they're already in a little bit of shade right now. And so I believe they're going to be okay, even though it's still 90 degrees today. We have, actually, I think it's 93 or 94 degrees. We have one more day of this high heat, high temperatures, and then we'll be back down to the normal temperatures, which would be in the high 70s, low 80s. And so everything else would be okay. So right here in the front, this is cauliflower. Cauliflower doesn't like warm weather either, but it's in the shade in the evening. So I think we're going to be okay. I just need to make sure I'm keeping the soil moist. I already have them mulched. The lettuce is mulched as well. So I think we're okay. So let's figure out what new lettuce we're going to start. Okay. I've been through all of my seeds. I've looked to see how many spots I have in my GreenStalk. So I have 4 tiers with 6 pockets on each tier. So that's 24 plants I can start in my GreenStalk. Now, I don't want everything coming in at the same time. And so I am going through the different lettuces I have. I'm looking for ones that are slow to bolt, because we will start heating up consistently later this month. Toward the middle to the end of this month, we'll start having consistent days above 80. Lord forbid, hopefully not too close to 90. So I'm looking for lettuce that's slow to bolt, and I'm looking for lettuce with different maturity dates. So I want some lettuce to come in like in 30 days for like cut and come again leaf lettuce. And then maybe some heading lettuce that might be slow to bolt, that might be more like a 60-day type lettuce. So that's what I'm looking for. In addition to that, I'm trying to put the lettuce to the side for fall, right? It's time for us to already start thinking about what we want to plant in the fall. You're going to want to start your fall transplants. So you want to start those seeds in about July, end of June, 1st of July, at least for my zone where I live in Southwest Ohio. So I want to make sure that I'm putting those lettuce seeds to the side so that I'm not tired of eating the same lettuce, if that makes sense. So I've put 6 lettuce to the side that I'm going to start from seed later this month, and we'll talk about those then, because these will be the seeds for transplanting in the fall. And then there will also be broccoli and cabbage and all of those brassicas again. But I want to talk about the seeds just for the GreenStalk. And honestly, I do still have those 3 grow bags over there, and I need to make a decision on what I want to do with those. I haven't decided yet. So I think I'm going to just leave those 3 grow bags alone for now, and concentrate just on the GreenStalk. So I got room for 24 plants. So this is what I came up with. So let me share with you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the little gem. The little gem is about 50 days to maturity. So remember the 30 all the way up to maybe 60 to 70. So the little gems are mature in about 50 days. I'm going to do Butter Crunch, and honestly, I think Butter Crunch is, it's got a little bit of heat resistance, not a lot, but some. And it matures in 65 days, but I like to pick it young, so I don't wait. I pick it early. And so Butter Crunch is 65 days. Little Gem is 50 days. I'm also going to do Salad Bowl. Oh, I didn't show you the picture of Butter Crunch. There's a picture of Butter Crunch for those who don't know it. I'm going to do Salad Bowl, and Salad Bowl is slow to bolt, it says. And I've actually typically grown this all summer long, Salad Bowl. Now, Salad Bowl is 45 days to harvest. So you see, I got a 65 all the way down to a 45. And I can pick them young, so I could probably pick this one closer to 35 to 40 days. I'm going to do a bib, and I don't have a picture of bib. If I can find one, I'll put it up here. But bib is definitely slow to bolt, and it's resistant to tip burn. So that's excellent. That's what we're looking for. You harvest bib in about 75 days. So even longer time, it can stay in the GreenStalk. And slow to bolt will help me with those warm temperatures that are about to come to Southwest Ohio. So far, everything that I've talked about is pretty much a green leaf type lettuce. I'm also going to do a prize head leaf lettuce in the GreenStalk. So we're going to put that in there. This is a slow to bolt as well. It's crisp, It says here, sweet and tender, slow to boat. Let's find out. Days to maturity is 45. So this is on my earlier end, so I'll be able to eat this while we're waiting on that bib to get ready. And prize head, look at that. Look at, it's got some color in it. So that's pretty. All right, and then Merlot. It was a free seed, but you can at least see how red that is. Now, this is, it doesn't say. So I don't know how long this takes to before harvest, but if you're doing cut and come again, I'm sure we can have leaves ready to be cut probably at the 45 to 50 day mark. This does not say. But I just wanted to add some color to the GreenStalk. You got to have a little color in there and make it pretty. And then I'm going to do winter density. It's not a great picture, but there is a picture there. And winter density is slow to boat in my area. I know someone else who grows this locally, and they're able to grow it all year long. And this one says you can start harvesting at 45 days all the way up to 70 days. And it's slow to boat. So I have a variety of things. So it looks like everything that I'm going to plant in the GreenStalk are going to start around, it says 45, but I'll probably start picking at 40, if not sooner. As soon as I get a leaf this big, I'm picking as baby greens. I need my lettuce. We're from 40 days all the way up to 75 days with these different varieties that we're going to get in the GreenStalk. So let's go and start cleaning out that GreenStalk so we can add these new lettuce seeds. All right, I'm back. It's the next day. It was just way too hot to try to do anything else outside. So I waited to the next day. It's early in the morning. It's so much cooler this morning. And so now we're gonna work on removing these, the lettuce that's all bolted and have gone to seed. So let's finish getting these out. Now, some people like to keep the roots in their GreenStalks, and that's an option. You can keep the roots in here and it'll just give back to the soil. But some of my roots are huge and I don't want them in the way of new plants growing. So I'm going to try to pull out as much as I can. I might be leaving a little bit behind. I think I feel a little bit in there. But I got to get some lettuce in. Don't want to run out of lettuce. I tell you what, the worst thing to do in my mind is to have a garden full of all of this great stuff and you're still buying vegetables from the grocery store. I don't want to be that person. Like, this was beautiful. This was my, I think it's called Dynamite, but I wasn't here. All of these leaves will go to my neighbor's compost pile, so they won't be wasted. Again, they'll just give back to the soil. I'm making a mess of this patio, but we'll get it rinsed off. Okay, I'm going to leave this one in here. This plant here is winter density, and it's supposed to be slow to bolt, and it hasn't bolted in this 90-degree heat. It's been 90 plus for a week, and it hasn't bolted. It is in good shape, so it shows winter density is a good brand to get if you're dealing with heat of the summer. Now, this one has bolted just a little bit. I'm going to take the top out, and I'm going to see if we can hang on to it for just a little longer, just so I'm not completely out of lettuce. Those are the only two I'm going to keep in here. Everything else is out. My next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some pure worm castings to each of the pockets just to put a little bit of nutrition back in. I don't want, you know, a super strong fertilizer because there's fertilizer still in here, And I do a liquid fertilizer every 10 to 14 days. So everything will have plenty of fertilizer in the future. Now, these are going to be young seedlings first. So with that being said, they don't need a whole bunch of fertilizer to begin with. So that's why I'm going to just put some worm castings in each pocket, which has a very, very low NP and K. It's actually a 100. You can't get much lower than that. And I'm just taking a handful, dumping it in there. I mean, it's so low from a fertilizer standpoint, nothing's going to hurt it. I'm not going to put too much in is what I'm saying. And if you're looking at this one, you'll see that my bok choy has gone to seed as well. We will worry about that another day. Let's get some lettuce going first. So I have the worm castings in each of the pockets. I'm going to mix them up really with the soil that's already there. Mix it in real good. You will find that the soil in your pockets will start working their way down as soil continues to break down, right? And you will need to add soil to the pockets at some point in time. And I am adding worm castings instead of soil because it's not like I really need a lot yet in these pockets. This tower was just set up. This amount of soil honestly should last it for the whole year. But over multiple years, you will need to add. All the pockets are done. Let's grab our seeds. Since I already have winter density up here, I'm going to put more winter density on the same row with it. So we will do that one first, just because it's the first pack I picked up. Seeds do not need to be planted very deep, not lettuce seeds. The seeds are very small. I think it's 1/8 of an inch is what it says. No, this one says 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch. That's what this one says. And I always follow the pack directions. So winter density is going here. The pocket's already nice and mixed. And I only want one plant. So if I'm only going to put one plant in here, I'm going to start with maybe 2 seeds. And then I will need to thin it down to 1 seed so I can have 1 plant in the pocket. And these seeds are tiny. Okay, I'm not going to get 1 seed. I can see that now. I'm not going to get 2. But I can get 3. 1/4 of an inch deep. Now, if you put too many seeds in here, then you're going to need to treat it as like baby greens or loose leaf cut and come again. But I really want this to head up. So I want to make sure that I'm not putting too many in a pocket. And that's the only reason for winter density. I may do something different for the other ones. Okay, I decided it's best to go ahead and label now because I'm not going to remember what pocket's what, which wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't need to label winter density because the whole row is the winter density. And then I'm going to need to label what's going in here next. Now, y'all know I'm just being lazy because I have 500 labels in the house that I could have easily went and got. But instead, I decided to pick through what I got here. Okay, so I have 8 pockets. I have 8 tags. Should be simple enough. Let's just get it in there. Just a reminder, seeds don't expire. You don't have to throw them away. As the years go on, fewer and fewer of the seeds will germinate, but they don't expire. So just plant a few more seeds when there are, how many in a pack? 500, 1,000? So what if 1 or 2 don't germinate from year to year? You know what? I miscounted this thing completely. I said I had 8 pockets. I had 12 pockets. So I have 4 more pockets that I can put seeds in. I can't count this morning. I guess it's too early. So we have the whole tower replanted and we're going to get this watered in so these lettuce plants can start germinating and bringing me more lettuce before I run completely out. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up as always, subscribe to the channel, and we will keep the video coming. Thank you. Have a great day. And until next time, bye.